And we're live. Hello and welcome to a special episode here. And we're going to be attending the online SENS Foundation Investor Appreciation event. So excited here. I'm going to share my screen because we are already in the digital event now. And I'm hoping that this will work. There we go. This is somebody teaching me how to do the VR part.
Feel free to move around the space. Use the arrow buttons on the screen or on your keyboard to move forward, backwards, and from side to side. Use the rotating buttons to turn full circle. Try it now. Perfect, you got it. To start a video call or join an ongoing group conversation, click on the avatar you want to talk with. Click on my avatar to start a video call now. You'll get a pop-up message asking if you want to make the call. If you're having a private conversation, you may decline an incoming call request. It's great to connect. You may now leave this video call and join the event. Have fun.
Can people hear the audio from the event? There should be background music playing. Aubrey. Hey.
That's excellent.
Hey there, Aubrey.
How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Pretty well, yeah. I've never used this system before, but it seems to be working.
This is amazing. I'm so glad I found you. I'm streaming onto my YouTube channel. We've been covering the Hex conference this past weekend, and it went really well. I'm hoping that as a community, people in Hex can continue to donate to the SENS Foundation, and that's why I'm covering the event today.
Brilliant. Okay, thanks very much.
My pleasure. Yes, thanks to you as well.
Bye.
Take care. Wow, that's so cool. We just said hi to Aubrey DeGray like it was nothing. That's such an honor. Let's see, who else do we recognize here? I thought I saw the person I interviewed. Just saying, we might have to have, this was a little bit like our online Hex conference because we did have a virtual meeting like this, a VR meeting at hex.gallery, which is something that is kind of set up like this, where you can go and you can probably watch videos and click on links and stuff.
My name is Corwin, and I'm the facilities manager and engineer at SRF. I've been at SRF since 2010 as a volunteer and 2011 as an employee. I maintain, troubleshoot, and repair our lab equipment, as well as take care of building and utility issues. Basically, my job is to keep the lights on and keep the centrifuges spinning. My main inspiration for getting into the aging field was basically my grandparents and other older people in my life growing up. It just, it never seemed fair to me that these people who I cared about and who were just trying to live their lives had to struggle with an increasing number of medical problems and be in pain for no reason other than how long they'd been alive. And as a young child, I was also fascinated with all things medical, just the general concept that technology could be used to keep people alive and help them get better if they were sick. As far as what brought me to SRF, it's a bit of a long story, but I've been reading with great interest about the SENS paradigm for a while online. By the time they started setting up their first lab in Sunnyvale back in 2010, I had at the time just left my previous job, and the SENS people were looking for someone to help get some secondhand equipment up and running. So I volunteered and fixed some things and was eventually hired on, and I'm very happy to still be here today. Oh, working at SRF is very fast-paced, very challenging. It requires a lot of creativity from everyone here every day. My colleagues are some of the most dedicated and hardworking people I've ever met. And I think this is a great opportunity to put my engineering background to work in ways I never would have anticipated for a mission I really care about. My vision of a world without age-related disease is one where people of all ages can keep enjoying time with their friends and family and pursuing their hobbies and interests and just generally following their dreams without the threat of things like heart disease and Alzheimer's hanging over their heads or getting in the way of their day-to-day existence. As far as how important SRF was in the longevity industry, I can't really speak to how much we might have directly influenced the incredible growth of the rejuvenation biotechnology space over the last decade. But I do know that we were some of the first people to come on the scene talking about the potential for damage repair to really change aging medicine for the better. We certainly worked very, very hard to earn our credibility and to back up what we say with data and results. And I would like to think that that's helped show others that maybe there's something here worth pursuing. Thank you to everyone who has donated and supported and believed in SENS Research Foundation over the years. We will definitely keep working as hard as we can to make a healthier future for everyone a reality.
Cool. Yay.
My name is Ann Corwin.
All right. We already heard that one. Cool. Hey, there's another one way over there. Let's go to that. And then we can find more people who we can talk to in real life, kind of.
Hi, my name is Jessica Blair. I'm the new outreach coordinator here at SENS Research Foundation. I hold a BA in theater from Florida State University, as well as a diversity and inclusion certification through eCornell. I enjoy bringing my creativity and my passion for equity into everything that I do. As outreach coordinator, I serve as a point of contact for the SENS community. I also handle social media, event planning, and other administrative duties. My personal connection to SENS begins with my mother. She was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease at age 59, which is considered early onset. Over the last 13 years, I've witnessed the paralyzing effects of this disease on my mother and on her quality of life. Although the disease isn't known to be hereditary, I've had several people throughout the years ask me if I'm concerned about being diagnosed with Parkinson's myself. The answer to this question is, of course, yes. I strongly believe in the research that is being conducted here at SENS to aid future generations in combating these degenerative diseases that afflict the aging. I want to thank the donors for their continued support of SENS Research Foundation. Without their generosity, the work that we do here would not be possible.
Awesome.
Hi, my name is Jessica Blair. I'm the new...
Who else can we talk to? Let's see. People are flying around here all over the place. Tons of famous, cool people in the medical community. Looks like nobody's gone to get any virtual coffee yet. Okay. You can donate. That's cool. Do you go into this box to donate?
Someday, aging will be reversed.
Oh, that's another video. They're just
My name is
advertising.
Michael
donating.
Ray. I've been with SRF.
Oh, she's busy. Actually, she's like organizing this whole event, so I don't blame her for being busy. Let's see. Trying to look for people that I recognize.
Somebody is joining us.
Yes, we have someone else joining us.
Oh, hi.
Hey.
People want to talk to us. My goodness.
I know.
Hi. Well, welcome to SENS event. Hello.
Thank you. Yeah, I am joining here with my YouTube audience of people in the Hex community, and
Oh wow.
we're just so excited to be here and to see everything that you guys are doing. I think it's great.
We are very grateful to the Hex community, that's for sure. So
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure, definitely. And I got to take a peek at the conference, and I know Lisa and Michael Ray were there, and I think it was really cool to watch. So it's nice to meet you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah,
we had
nice.
NFL players, we had devs and quants and SENS researchers, and also the founder Richard Hart. But it was amazing, and we're going to do another event here in Las Vegas. We're getting some conference space in March, and that'll be on the 6th through 9th, hexpo.vegas. And that'll be another opportunity where we're asking the SENS Foundation to come speak so we can get more donations and make this more of a long-term thing.
Yeah, wow. Well, we
thank
really
you very much.
That. Yeah, thank you.
We really do appreciate that. Yeah, everything helps us do more research, and to do more research, we can save more lives sooner. At least that's the goal.
Yeah.
So
if we go around, could you all maybe introduce yourselves and just say a little bit about what you do?
Sure.
Sure. We can do that. Who wants to start here?
I can go first, I guess. I'm Kelly. I'm the chief of staff, so I work on the operations team. I work really closely with Lisa and actually everyone here, Anne and Jess. We're all part of the administrative team. So, yeah, that's me. I joined almost 4 years ago now. So, and I was in California, but I've since moved back to the East Coast where I am from. So I'm joining from Maryland today.
Awesome.
And I'm John, and my partner Dale is just away for a minute, and we are donors who are administrators of the foundation, and our goal is a number of things, but it's also medical research, and we include in that the aging process because that is a risk factor for so many diseases. I think we're on that threshold where we can start to make some modification. I mean, we know that people can live 125 years, that not everyone can do that. Maybe more people can do that, you know, and so that is very exciting to us.
Absolutely.
So that's why we're here and why we're supportive.
Okay, all right. I can go next. All right. Hi, my name is Ann Corwin. I have been with SRF since 2009, or as a volunteer, and then I joined the full-time staff in 2011. And mostly what I do is fix it stuff. So basically, they brought me in originally to get some equipment up and running. My background's in electrical engineering, but I end up doing sort of any kind of engineering these days, where, you know, even everything from if the centrifuge breaks to if the wheel falls off my boss's chair, that kind of thing. So I'm the person they call when something goes wrong and nobody else knows what to do. So
that is
I actually really love this, honestly, because I'm not a biologist, but biologists need an infrastructure to work in, and so being able to keep the lab sort of functioning is very rewarding for me. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. And yeah, of course, I'm very, very passionate about wanting people to be able to live as long as possible in good health.
Yes.
So very happy to be aboard here.
I'm Jessica Lebke. I go by Jess here, though. It was the first time anybody called me Jess when I started working here, but I love it. I've been here 3 years. I do a little bit of everything. I don't have a science background, and I was wondering if that was going to be a problem. I'm kind of a theater kid grown up, so I didn't know what I was going to bring, but these people are my family and I love them. And this is, I completely stand by SENS. This is it for me. I love this place.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for introducing yourselves. And I'm going to continue to work my way around the room and see all the people we can meet. I know we're streaming on YouTube and usually get a couple thousand views on that at least. And so everybody who's watching at home can donate to sens.org. And I know when we joined just a few minutes ago, the first person we ran into was Aubrey, and it was like amazing.
Wow.
Said hi. So
Already?
yeah.
There you go.
Well, if you want, one of our team leads just joined our conversation.
Oh,
this
that'd be
is
great.
Alyssa, and
Yeah.
she's the head of the MitoSENS.
She's an actual scientist.
Yes.
Right.
Hi everyone. This is
Hi, Alyssa.
yeah. Hi
morning.
Kelly. Hi Anne.
So we have two of our donors, longtime donors, Dale and John. They're over. Well, I guess I can't really point to them because I'm virtual. And then this is Maddie from the Hex community. He was running the Hex conference, and he is streaming live on YouTube right now. So he's giving us some great exposure with other members of the Hex community right now. So we all just kind of went around and introduced ourselves. So if you wanted to just give a quick introduction.
Yeah, I'll be happy to. So my name is Amutha Bhuminathan, and I lead the MitoSENS program at SENS Research Foundation. As you may be aware, this project is a very long-running project. It was probably one of the first projects started at SENS Research Foundation. And I came on board in 2013, and since then, you know, the concept of the MitoSENS project is actually to develop gene therapies for mtDNA mutations. So you all probably know what important role the mitochondria as an organelle plays in the cellular context. So our goal is to develop gene therapies that we can efficiently express these 13 genes. There are only 13 genes in the mitochondrial DNA from the nucleus, and import them back into the mitochondria and make them functionally active. So over the years, we've made some very, I'd say, great progress. So I don't know if you have followed our research over the years. We've published a couple of papers, some that are addressing all 13 proteins. We've made some progress in all 13 proteins, and at least for one of them, we've taken it all the way to animal models, and we can, we will be putting out that research very soon. We can show that at least this one gene, the ATP8 gene, we can express from the nucleus. It goes all over the body, and it's the safety and efficacy is very good. And you should be seeing that research very soon in the scientific community. Yeah.
Awesome.
And I'll be happy to. And I also want to say that we have other side projects along with this. The gene therapy project is a main project, but we also have we are exploring mitophagy to let's say, improve the fitness of the mitochondria as we age. So that's another side project, but it's still in the exploratory phase. So I will not be able to give you much details about that, and some of it is also proprietary. So I will not be able to. But the idea is that we are exploring small molecules to select good mitochondria and eliminate bad mitochondria, if I can be at the very basic level. Yeah. Wow. So it looks like there's a lot of this platform is very new. We are all used to, like, live platforms where you interact with people in person. So I'm still getting used to this. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're all still trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's actually going better than I was expecting, honestly. As far
For
as
sure.
stuff, so
For sure. No, this is
Yeah.
super cool.
We did a lot of
It's so great to
a
interact
lot of testing
with
before
our donors.
Yeah, and also Maria gets a ton of credit for making this all happen.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. You'll have to run into Maria at some point. I'm sure she's really busy with everyone
Yes.
probably following her around, but definitely she put this whole thing together. So
Can I ask the other donors here? Can you tell me a little bit more about what inspired you to give to SENS?
So
Huh?
Yeah, that would
You
be.
From our standpoint, Dale's 65, I'm 72. We are in good health. We would like to stay that way. And we take a very preventive approach to our health and to healthcare in general. So we take blood pressure medicine, we take cholesterol medicine, we watch our diet, we exercise, we do all that sort of stuff. But we want to kind of see if there's an option of going a little bit higher than that and being proactive. I think we both want to live. Does. So that's why we're here, investing in our future and the future of everybody else.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I think we had another, I think, donor join in. Ramana, am I pronouncing that correctly?
Oh, hi. Yeah, Ramana.
Yeah.
well, welcome. Thank you.
We were just talking, Dale and John were just talking about why they chose to donate to SENS. If you wanted to give us a little reasoning of your own donation, because I see you've been donating to us for a while now, back in,
Yeah,
in
it's been a
2015.
while. I don't know if they all get how you're tracking, like connecting all the donations together. Some of the donations go through Amazon Smile as well. And I don't know if they're linked to me, but
Oh, yeah, we have quite a few people joining us right now.
Hello, I'm guessing that
our connection stays as good as it's been.
Incoming.
We also have one of our interns is joining now as well. So, hi Ashley.
Hi Ashley.
We have a couple of donors on the line, and we also, obviously a lot of the team members are here too. So, if Ashley, if you wanted to give a quick introduction of what you're doing at SENS, that would be great.
Yeah, okay, so hi, my name is Ashley. I am an SRF postbac fellow, as well as getting my master's degree through SRF, and the lights just went dim. I went to sleep. Sorry, I'm in the research center, so get a sneak peek of what we do. But my research project, I'm working with the MitoSENS team with Dr. Amit Sharma, and I'm looking at how our immune system changes as we age and characterizing that, as well as seeing if we can augment it and what intrinsic and extrinsic factors affect our immune system.
and Kelly, what is your role? You're kind of organizing our conversation.
Yes, I'm the chief of staff, so I'm on the operations team and the administrative team. So
Cool.
Also here, Jessica, she's on another part of the admin team, and Anne is kind of a part of every team, honestly. She helps the researchers, and she's also on the admin team as well. So.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I think I was going to say before why I was a donor.
Yes.
Hello, welcome to SENS Research
General
Foundation's
answer.
Donor Appreciation Event. I'm so glad you're here with us to see everything that we've been working on and talk to our staff. Just wanted to welcome you. I'm Lisa Fabini-Kaiser. I'm the Executive Director at SENS Research Foundation. And if you'd like to speak with me, I'll be right outside the VIP room. Otherwise, please look around, watch our videos, check out what there is to see, and please talk to our staff. They're great, and they can tell you all about the important work we're doing. Have a nice time.
Nice.
There we go. So that was from Lisa, the executive director.
Great.
So you can go ahead. You can finish, Ramana.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think it's simple. I the philosophy. Well, I am against aging, you can say, or I'm pro longevity and health plan. The SENS approach is like
Thank you, Lisa. Hello, everyone. This is Maria Entrigues. I'm the director of outreach. Welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Many of you know me. I've been at the organization for a long time. I want to thank you for your support and for being here. Historically, this event has been basically a gathering for all of us to meet and mingle and get to know each other. And this year is the same, but we have this wonderful platform. So we have some stuff for you to check out. Some about our research. This is not the complete collection of what we're doing right now. We have a lot of, we're expanding a lot in our internal research programs and external, and adding sub-programs to some of our current programs. But yeah, just go around, check out our materials. Videos play by proximity, so if you get close to them, you can start them. Basically, all the meet the team videos. We have also some things that you can click on. So some of the banners are clickable, and some of the walls have posters and stuff you can click on, and then a new window will open, and you can see the information there. There's also a map on the left-hand side of your screen. There's a menu, and you can click on a key icon. You can open up a map if you want to find a particular spot in the room that you want to go to. You'll see all the areas, and you click on them, and then it's an icon that is going to show in the map, and then you can navigate with your arrows there. We have the Ending Aging book for sale by Dr. Aubrey de Grey and Michael Ray. We have it on 5 different languages, and they are on little stands around. You can click on the stand, and you go to Amazon. Again, a different window will open. And yeah, basically, thank you, welcome, enjoy the views of Manhattan. And if you have any questions, the whole staff is here to meet with you and chat. We have our SENS logo on our bellies. So follow us and click on us and talk to us. Thank you so much for being here, and enjoy your time.
Should I try to leave?
Yeah, we're going to start wandering around and check things out.
Sounds good.
So if you guys are trying to leave, if you just hit the down arrow, it will give you, oh wait, never mind, it's not letting you. Okay, if you just click the blue button that says leave the call, then you guys will be free to wander wherever you want.
Then we can wander around and check the, okay.
Bye.
Yeah. Okay, bye for
Good
now.
to meet you. Bye.
Great to meet you. Okay, now that you were interrupted twice, you can no more announcements are going to come up.
Well, who knows? Who knows? I think I want, this is the SENS Research Foundation seems like the only place that's taking biorejuvenation as seriously as I would like. I mean, I wish there were more. I'm trying to fund other places as well, and do let me know if you have like collaborators or partners or other people you've heard of. But this needs to be like this needs to just be like a global effort, I think, to really get the results that we need.
Yeah.
I'm also interested in just life extension and cryopreservation as an alternative, brain emulation also as another alternative. But I think biorejuvenation is would be the ideal if it's possible to make progress on that fast enough.
So
Great, thank you. Yeah, we really appreciate all of your support. Oh, of course.
I'm here from the Hex community, and we've got 70 people watching live on my YouTube channel here, and normally get thousands more people watching on the replay. So hello to everybody at home, and remember, you can donate to the SENS Foundation. We're learning more about everyone here. And to the SENS Foundation, I want to thank you. I know that the Hex community raised $27 million this year through cryptocurrency, and that was able to be used now to make the world a better place, to help increase our lifespan and health span with the longevity research. And I think my prediction, so my background is as a therapist and a neuroscientist. My guess is that this group of people who invest in Hex, it's a crypto where you time lock your money, and you can time lock up to 15 years, and longer pays better. So it's kind of like a bank CD in one way, but it's really volatile, like a crypto. And it's made a lot of new millionaires on my YouTube channel alone, myself included. There are about 2,000 people who've become millionaires from Hex in the past 2 years. And so we all got together when the founder, Richard Hart, was wanting to, do this big donation thing to the SENS Foundation. And now I'm hoping, even though that was a one-time event for the pulse chain sacrifice, I'm hoping that other people other than myself in the Hex community will continue to donate. A lot of us, we time locked our money, and I like to say we sent money to our future selves, and we did it on a staking ladder. So it's 15 years, and every year on my birthday, I have this now very large sum of money coming out each year. And so I hope that other people in Hex will be able to, you know, whenever they have their yearly stake come out, or whenever they have their money coming out, maybe they'll consider, you know, donating some more towards the SENS Foundation, and to really make this a thing where I think in Hex it's a different kind of crypto, because it incentivizes you to take better care of yourself when you invest a little bit of money, and now you're time locked, and now it's worth a lot, and you have something to look forward to. And so we've seen examples in our community of people who, you know, were more suicidal, and now they're plugged into the community. They're watching YouTube live streams and commenting and becoming streamers themselves. And so it's really cool to see people, you know, even that is a life extension technology of just giving people hope, giving people something to look forward to, and time locking their money seems to have helped. So whether you agree with Hex or not, it's just really cool to have this like-minded group of people that have their incentives more in the long-term side of things. So thanks for letting us be here.
Yeah, thanks so much for giving us all of that summary, because I honestly didn't really know all of that was coming from Hex, and I think that's really wonderful. So
awesome.
We really appreciate
thank you
all
so
of
much.
that.
Really do appreciate that. Very cool.
And that's Anne's cat. Which one?
Yes, yeah, this is Coraline. Coraline is she's very interested in longevity as well. She would like to, you know, live long enough to take over the world, you know.
Exactly. Great.
Very cool. Great to see everybody. Thank you all for coming.
Yeah, I know we had a couple of new people join the conversation. I recognize your name, Curry, as a long-term donor of ours. So it's nice to meet you.
Yeah, me too, actually.
Yeah.
Sure.
And then,
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yep. There might be
Can
a
you hear
slight lag.
Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, I just, you know, I've been following Aubrey DeGray for even before SRF was even a thing. You know, and I've you know, even before that, you know, he was always talking about curing aging, addressing it in a fundamentally different way than we do. You know, and I've followed him for a very long time, and you know, he's inspired a whole lot of us. You know, I'm you know, have nothing to do with medicine at all. I'm a physicist and working more as an engineer these days. But
I'm an engineer as well, so.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there's lots of crossover with lots of these disciplines. You know, and that's great. I think. But what kind of pulls us all together, you know, to me, is that at the end of the day, you know, we're all going to have to face this thing called aging, you know, in one way or another. And it's, if not us, you know, friends and family, you know, other people who are part of our lives and are being affected, not just by diseases of aging, but even the smaller things like quality of life. You know, there's just, to me, I mean, I think to everybody in this room that understands that aging is the fundamental problem of humanity.
Yeah,
there's no question in my mind that it is. And so you know, us having an institution which is fundamentally targeting aging at the core is, to me, vitally important. And I'm glad to see also so many offshoots of SRF and of Aubrey's ideas going into private companies and other organizations as well over the years, you know, which is really encouraging. And the more we have, the better. But to me, fundamentally, SRF is the umbrella organization for all of it. And so I'm very happy to, you know, be around and support Aubrey's vision and all of you guys as well, and all of your research. So
Hello.
Hey, Maria.
Thank you, Curry. And we had Maria just joining us too. So
Yeah.
exciting. Good.
Good morning.
Maddie, how are you?
I'm great.
We have Richard Hart is it's around. He was in the VIP room, but he's here.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
I did. I saw him. He walked through our conversation at one point. I probably accidentally, but he didn't say.
See, he wanted to come out of the room, VIP room, and join conversations. So if I see him, I'll send it over.
Awesome.
Oh, good.
Who else is here? Let me see. I'm trying to look at all of you guys.
We have quite a few of our donors.
I don't know how this. Yeah, several. It somehow ended up the cool kids table, and I'm not even.
It did. I don't know how I ended up there either.
I don't understand when the avatars look. They have different colors depending on, I think, the areas. That's probably what it is. Because I've seen red, purple, gold.
Mm-hmm.
How are you? Are you
Yeah,
all liking the platform? It's pretty cool, huh?
It is pretty cool. Yeah, thank you once again for setting all that up for me. I'd never heard of this until you started this up. So
yeah, it's very exciting that we can do this. Hopefully, we will be able to do this with the VR headset soon.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Even though I don't think we're gonna have a camera on our faces, but we can have like some avatars.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, I'm gonna go and mingle around, but nice seeing everyone.
Yeah, good to see you.
Appreciate you, Maria.
Thank you, Mari, for the conference. It was wonderful.
Oh, my pleasure. And yeah, that got about 10 or 20,000 views at least. And so we're encouraging more people to donate to the SENS Foundation. And I'm streaming live right now onto YouTube. So we're just hoping to get more and more people to donate.
Oh, Mari, you're awesome. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
To the whole community, the Hex and Pulse community. And let's keep working together.
Absolutely.
Let's take care of this horrible thing called aging.
Yes.
All right. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
See you around. Bye.
Bye, Maria.
So we have a couple people here that we haven't gotten to meet yet. I know Jonathan and Philip, Colby. It's nice to meet all of you, and thank you for your support of us. So if you want to give us a little introduction about why you donate to
incoming
SENS,
call.
that would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. Nice to meet y'all as well. My name is Jonathan. I'm here in Dallas. And yeah, regeneration medicine is something that caught my attention a few years back. I realized it was an opportunity to change the way we treat diseases, also change the way we view life. You know, I think some of you might also be familiar, for example, with the naked mole rat and the way it does not experience aging. And I think it's things like that that maybe allow us to expand the way we look at the world and try and approach the problem of aging.
That's really interesting. Actually, I did not know that about the naked mole rat. So that's a really cool little factoid for me now.
Yeah, go ahead and Google it, and you should be able to find some articles about how the naked mole rat does not experience aging. As it gets older, its odds of dying do not decrease. In fact, the way it dies can be modeled in a similar way as like the half-life of a different chemical. So but yeah, it's definitely something worth looking into. So I encourage
they have interesting metabolic properties. I think they have a slow metabolism or something like that. It's very interesting.
That's
really interesting.
If you go to the Wikipedia page called, I believe it's Immortal Species or Biological Immortality or something like that, there are lots of such species that are listed. Naked mole rat, there's like a hydra, and I think one species of lobster, to name a few of them. There's a whole list of about a dozen or so species which effectively don't seem to age in nature, at least as far as we can measure. So it's a very interesting article to look over.
Oh, that is really. I'm pulling it up right now. That is really interesting.
I'll see if I can find the link here.
Yeah, that's great.
Philip, did you also want to introduce yourself?
Oh, hi. I'm Phil. I'm a donor. I want age reversal, and I want it as soon as possible. I want it now, preferably. That's why I'm a donor. But I just want to make it happen sooner. That's it.
Well, you're in good company then.
Yep. Yeah, we would all like it to happen now. That would be great.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, the sooner it goes mainstream, the better. Really, I'm forever living in anticipation of this sudden mainstreaming that Aubrey often talks about. Last time I heard him talk about that, I think he was predicting like 3 to 5 years from now was when it was likely to happen. So, if he's right, then this is going to be pretty exciting.
Yeah, I think it's
definitely gotten more toward that over the years. Like there's things you'll see in just mainstream publications that you never saw 10 years ago, and it's I believe maybe don't want to get ahead of ourselves, but I think we've played a part in that. So.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, once we get to that point, it's almost the case that the SENS Research Foundation's work would be done by that point. The floodgates would be open. There'd just be humongous amounts of money being spent. I do kind of think it will actually be kind of like, well, in some ways it'd be like the coronavirus pandemic again. It would be like, we suddenly start thinking of aging as sort of a disease, something that we're actually allowed to do things about. It would be like we all woke up one morning and suddenly realized we were terminally ill and we're actually going to do something about it. And yeah, there will be a lot of money and a lot of people working on it then. And hopefully, I don't know. I wonder what kind of role the SENS Research Foundation would play from that point onward, if that does happen.
Well, there's always something to do. That's definitely. I'm like not even worried about that.
Yeah.
There's always different avenues to take, and whatever can be done, there's always a way to do it better too. So I'm sure that we would be trying to optimize, even if we, got to the point of having good solutions for a lot of things.
We're mostly needed right now because there's things that can't really be researched except by philanthropic funding, right? There's things that just no one's really going to invest in, and there's obviously no government money for it.
Yeah, because there are things that don't have a immediate commercial application, and those are a lot harder to get funded commercially. So nonprofits are kind of essential.
Yeah, I was going to say, Philip, it's possible that after we tackle the problem of aging, we can start to look at other ways of enhancing our ability to interact with the world, sort of like Elon Musk's Neuralink, for example, to improve our mental capabilities. So there's probably other avenues we can continue to grow after we conquer the problem of aging.
Morph into like a full-blown transhumanism research organization.
Yeah, something along those lines.
I'm sure we could think of something.
A good example from history is the March of Dimes. They, were able to cure polio and infantile paralysis, and so they broadened their goals to, include just the health of mothers and babies. Hopefully, that happens with aging.
Right. Yeah.
Jonathan, since you're also in Dallas, I live in Dallas too. Maybe we should have lunch sometime.
Oh yeah, that would be fantastic. Yeah, since we're talking now, I'll give you a little bit of background about myself. So currently I'm working at the University of Texas at Dallas, but I'm in the process of...
Yeah, I go to UTD campus in a different capacities. Usually I take advanced courses over there.
Okay, that's good to hear. Yeah, right now I'm in the process of moving to another company called Reynolds & More, which does reliability engineering. So I'll be working there as a systems engineer starting at the end of this month. But yeah, like I said, yeah, we'd be great to meet up sometime and exchange ideas. I live in the Richardson area right now.
Absolutely, sure. I live in Garland, so a little bit to the east, but pretty close.
Okay, good. I'll be sure to touch base.
Let's hook up, yeah.
Well, thank you so much, guys. It's great to have everybody here to interact with all our donors. This is incredible. So we really appreciate the exposure that Maddie's giving us, and we appreciate all our donors for donating, because, you know, we couldn't do it without you.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, if anyone has any questions or anything they want to know, they can. We have a researcher here, we have our engineer here, and we have the admin team here, so a little bit of everyone.
Does anybody know what the latest research on cryonics is? Whereabouts are we? How close are we to be able to?
Cryonics?
I mean, even just in the concept. Sorry, go on.
Well, I was just going to say that SENS Research Foundation doesn't actively work on cryonics. That's kind of just it's an area of interest in the longevity field for sure. But I mean, I don't think any of us here are really in a position to comment on that.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
Sorry
I
about
work
that.
on it here. I just wondered if anybody knew really.
If you see Michael Ray around, he's probably one of the best people to ask.
Yeah, definitely ask Michael about that.
Even Lisa might be a good person to ask about that as well.
Yes, Lisa too. Lisa and Michael Ray.
Yeah, she keeps up to date.
I know
with that.
she's spoken at a few conferences related to cryonics in the past few years as well.
Yeah.
So I think that she'd be able to comment on that better.
Yeah, and she'll be over near the
Yeah.
VIP section. So, but yeah, she's definitely a good person to ask about that.
Okay, cool. Thanks.
I do know that. Sorry.
Go ahead, Anne.
No, I was just going to say that I know that not stuff we're doing, but I know that there's been some interest in using cryonic technology for things like organ preservation.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like it's another route using the same technology, because the whole issue has to do with avoiding damage to tissue when you get to very low temperatures. So.
Yeah, definitely good that we can sort of piggyback off that other use case, because it would be a massive game changer if we could actually preserve organs properly and didn't have to wake patients up at 3 a.m. and then, like, helicopter someone's kidney over to the hospital, and then I think about 2/3 of them get thrown out or something right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of organs are just thrown out because of preservation issues. So that would be a huge game changer if that could be implemented. So.
It's just funny when people.
I think I'm going to go walk around a bit and see what's going on elsewhere in the room. So just to lay the land a little bit. So great to see everybody, and we'll move you around. And thank you everybody who's donated, and thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Good to see you, Anne. We'll see you around.
Yeah.
Let's see if there are any other groups forming. Got lucky with that one. Do we want to try to talk to Richard Hart? Do we want to find him, or do we want him to be talking to people?
My name is Caitlin Lewis, and I'm a researcher at SENS Research Foundation.
Raising.
I've been with SRF close to 5 years now, and my first 4 years here, I was working on the MitoSENS project, working to achieve allotopic expression, which is the replacement of faulty mitochondrial DNA genes. And now, finishing my 5th year at SENS, I am part of the CSO team, and I'm currently working to evaluate different aspects of aging at the cellular level and evaluate the potential for translation into SENS therapeutics. What do I like most about working here? It's definitely our community, our people. Here, SRF is a small organization, but we are united in this shared goal that we have to eliminate the diseases of aging, and we're linked to a global community who is everybody focused on achieving the same thing. And here within the organization, we're very much a family, and so it makes what we're working on really personal, and it's a great place to be. I lost one grandparent to Alzheimer's, another to Parkinson's, and I have one who's been living with dementia and hasn't recognized me in over a decade. You know, he's alive, but he's trapped inside, you know, lost in his own mind, and, you know, really betrayed by this body that he's stuck in. We say that aging is growing wiser. It's accumulating experience, becoming seasoned, but that just isn't the reality of what growing old looks like. It's frailty, it's senility, loss of mental acuity, loss of independence. And, you know, when that's what it means to be old, you know, I don't care if I'm 30 or 130, that's not the way that I want to age. Our organization has really been foundational in bringing forth the longevity industry. History has shown us that the line between radical and revolutionary is often pretty indistinct. And, you know, it takes someone like Aubrey and a place like SENS to really bring unconventional ideas to the forefront to where we are today. Thank you for believing in the work that we do and enabling us to keep doing it. Thank you for supporting this mission and for sharing in our vision of a future without age-related diseases, so that we can not just live longer, but we can thrive longer.
Cool.
I test my glucose and ketones level regularly. My glucose, when I'm doing a 23-1, is usually around 74, well, in the 70s. Will metformin help me? Will it add to my longevity if I take it? Because my glucose is 74. I mean, does it make sense for me?
That's the thing, is I think it would do that for you, but you're already doing it. So, but I don't know the answer. I'm not qualified. I have the same question, really.
I'm not qualified either, but I would suggest that some of the recent studies have said that metformin works exclusively on people with diabetic problems or having heart issues. It can help with their longevity. However, for the rest of everybody else, it kind of doesn't have much of effect compared to those two groups. So if you're in one of those two groups, you might consider it, but if not.
Define what you mean by heart issues. What does that mean?
That's just from a recent article that I read, but you know.
I think they mean anything cardio, or like hardening of the arteries, cholesterol buildup in the arteries, those kind of cardio diseases.
So if my fasting is like 74, then maybe that's not for me. But if it's like above what the norm is,
that's a good point.
Okay.
So where do your ketones go? Like, I have this testing strips, and I can tell if it's darker, but like if it's just in the middle, 4, I don't know how good that is.
Well, I have an actual ketone monitor, so that my intent is to get my blood sugar, my glucose divided by ketones below 80, which gives me a good indication that I'm in ketosis.
Incoming call.
Usually I'm around 1 or so. I can slip to as low as 8, but yeah, I try to get my glucose divided by ketones to 80. Yeah, I measure it once per day, usually before I eat, and then I go from there.
Yeah. Cool. We had a whole bunch of people jump into the conversation. Hey, everyone.
Hello.
I think they came here for you to hear your advice.
I mean, we're all just doing the best we can, right?
Yeah, yeah.
There's so much information, so you just have to put it together. And then I like testing, right? I like putting something to the test. So way back when, I guess I was in my 20s, I got diagnosed with high cholesterol. And of course, the doctor says the usual stuff. Oh, you got to eat more fiber and you got to cut out your fats. And I'm like, I'd rather die. So I went to work and just cried to everyone. And one of my coworkers says, oh, you should read the Atkins diet book because he's got this other way. And I learned so much there. Just, you know, I know it was in those days, they didn't really get you off the saturated fats. So it was all like bacon and cheese and stuff. But it worked.
Right.
Here's me, Mrs.
Right,
Test. And I did all that. I ate the block of brie cheese and I ate the eggs and the bacon, and my cholesterol came down. So I do take these things, and if they make sense to me, I will test it.
Yeah, that's the key. That's the key. If it makes sense. I discovered it before the Atkins diet. There were these two doctors, a married couple, and they called it. I forget, but it was. I really forget what it is, but it preceded the Atkins diet, and protein power. That's what it was called back then. Yeah, that's when I discovered eating that way. So I don't know. It's worked for me.
Good. No, good. Sounds like you're on a lot of the same tracks that I am, and it's a journey. It's more of this isn't a journey because what's the end goal? You know, like
extended life.
Exactly.
Extended
So it's not like
health.
a thing you reach. It's an on.
Having hi Maddie.
Hey.
So Adelaide, so that you got back in the lab, so that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so glad. I think about you a lot, and I'm so glad you're here and that you're doing well and you're back in the lab. We had to manage our lab too, you know, our research facility. We had to, for COVID, we had to shut it down for a little while, and then we had people going in shifts and things of that nature. But we're mostly opened up back now, right now. Like we're still not allowing in visitors or media, but and everyone's still wearing masks and PPE and trying to distance as much as possible. But the break room's closed, of course. But so I feel you. It's been struggle for the wet labs to really keep the research going. Our external programs have been stalled out and finally are starting to ramp back up, especially because I think they had similar restrictions to the UK.
Sure.
Yeah. So that's been challenging, but I'm so glad you're here. You should look around and see, watch some of our videos, and it's just lovely to see you.
Question.
Yeah.
Do you know how to initiate a call with someone you're not next to?
I don't think you can.
Okay.
You can chat with them. If you go, there's like a menu in the top left that says chat.
I know how to do chat.
Okay.
I've been chatting with someone I would like to talk with, and we can't figure out how. We haven't figured out how to meet.
Best way to do it is to say, I'm going to go near, like there's that life sign behind you. Just say, I'm going to be at the life sign. Come over and find me.
I tried that.
Did it work?
John, the person may have found somebody more interesting to chat with on this way.
That's highly unlikely, Adelaide. Highly. Well, I'm going to say hi to Maddie a little bit, but Adelaide, I can't express to you how excited I am you're here. Really, it's so lovely to see you.
Thank you. Lovely to see all of you too. Take good care.
I will. Bye, Adelaide.
Bye-bye.
Hey, Maddie, how you doing?
Hey, I'm great. This is incredible. Look at this online event. I love it.
I'm kind of digging it. It's the perfect storm, I think, with COVID restrictions and with our global population. It's just very exciting. I'm loving it.
Well, yeah, I'm with my YouTube channel here. We're streaming, and so we got 75 people watching live and thousands in the replay. So I'm encouraging people to, you know, to meet the faces behind the SENS Foundation and to continue to donate as, you know, your yearly staking ladder comes out. People can donate more if they believe in this cause like I do. And so it's really exciting. When we came on, the first person we ran into was Aubrey. And so
Yeah.
he was able to chat with us for just a second and say hi. And so that was really exciting. And people, of course, know you from the hour that we recorded for the Hex conference. So thanks for that.
Thank you again for that.
Yeah. It got probably 10,000 views already. And so it was,
wow.
it was really a great exposure event. And it was right after, it was right after this, a segment that I did with a couple NFL players. And that was after talking to some devs and some quantitative analysis people. So that was really an all-star day.
That we've gotten some great feedback from it as well. We've had some donors contacting us.
Oh, cool.
Which was fantastic. We had some people contacting us who weren't donors yet, but were wanting to be. So
yeah,
really, thank you. It was a great opportunity to reach out to the Hex community.
Oh, that makes me so happy to hear that it got the word out.
Yeah.
And of course, we've got our in-person conference happening where the SENS Foundation can probably be able to stream in virtually again. And so we'll have another maybe hour-long talk with y'all here in between the dates of March 6th to 9th. And for people watching at home, you might still be able to get a ticket to the Hex conference by going to hexconference.com.
Yeah. If you haven't yet, I think you and Maria and I had discussed that, Maria, our director of outreach. So if she or you have not yet been in touch regarding that event and our participation, please get in touch.
Absolutely.
I would love for us to be represented there.
Awesome. Yeah. And thanks for all you do. Can you just tell the audience at home again, kind of what your message is for us today?
Sure. Hi, everybody out there, I guess. I'm Lisa Fabini Kaiser. I'm the executive director at SENS, and I am just thrilled to have this donor appreciation event going on right now. We get to showcase all of our work that is against age-related disease, particularly a damage repair approach to age-related disease. We have all of our staff on site so everybody can mingle and talk. And I hope that all of you consider donating so that next year when we hold this event, you guys can come and talk with us too.
Yay. Awesome. Well, thanks so much for checking in, and we'll see you again next time.
Thank you, Maddie. It was lovely chatting with you. Nice to see
My
you
pleasure.
here.
Yeah. Take care. Awesome. All right, guys. You've waited long enough. Let's see if Richard's around here somewhere. I don't know if I'm allowed to go in the VIP area or if there's going to be like a digital wall that stops me. I'm excited to see like if a force field is thrown up. Ah, yeah, force field. Sorry, that was anticlimactic. Here's Maria. We can talk to her. Oh, I don't know if we can. Yep. Again, she's the coordinator of the event, so she might not be able to talk with us just now, especially if she's helping some VIP people. Let's see, we'll do another meet the team, and then we'll go find another group to hang out with. Have we seen this one?
My name is Kelly Bemmel, and I'm the Chief of Staff at SENS Research Foundation. I've been at SRF for the last 4 years. I joined in March of 2018 after moving from Maryland to California. I was drawn to our mission to end age-related disease because throughout my life, I've always been passionate about bettering the lives of older adults. Before I moved to California, I spent a lot of my free time volunteering at a senior living community, where I worked in both the independent living and the memory care unit. So I've seen firsthand how debilitating the diseases of aging can be. Learning about SRF's research gave me hope that the lives of the people that I cared so deeply about could be improved in the future. So I was so excited to join the team when I moved to California. To me, the best part about working at SRF is that everyone on our team is so committed to seeing our mission through. We all care so deeply and are dedicated to building a future free of age-related disease. That and the fact that we're all basically one big family. So I'd like to thank all of our donors because without you, none of the work that we do would be possible. So you're just as much an important part of our team as we are, and we thank you for it.
Awesome.
My name is Kelly Bemmel, and I'm the Chief of Staff at SENS Research Foundation. I've been at SRF for the last 4 years. I joined in March of 2018 after moving from Maryland to California. I was drawn to our mission to end age-related disease because throughout my life, I've always been passionate about bettering the lives of older adults.
My name is Daniel Wilson, and I am an information technology technician at SENS Research Foundation. The people are humble enough to let me help them. The people are kind enough to let me learn from them. The goal of healthy life extension gives an air of purpose to every action. The goal of healthy life extension is something everyone can get behind, especially when I share where I work with others. In my opinion, SENS Research Foundation has been crucial to changing the public view on aging and the bioindustry's view on aging as well. This has allowed for many researchers to turn their passion for life extension research into a career reality. I want to thank our donors for making our dreams become closer to reality every day.
My name is Bhavna Dixit, and I've been working with SENS for almost 6 years now. I am Research Associate 2 and a member of MitoSENS research team and working on allotropic expression of mitochondrial genes. Mutations in mitochondria lead to several myopathies like NERP, which is related to our central nervous system. It affects our brain and leads to dementia. 1 or 2% in our family have been affected by dementia and or loss of brain function. With the research work here at SENS, we are trying to cure those age-related diseases, and our ultimate goal is to develop gene therapies for people who are affected by these mutations. Let's make a world a better place to live. Research needs hard work, dedication, passion. We all are doing our part here, but it's expensive too. So I would like to thank all our donors for making our work possible. Thank you. My name is Bhavna Dixit, and I've been working with SENS for almost 6 years now. I am Research Associate 2 and a member of MitoSENS research team and working on allotropic.
My name is Tasfahunadmasu, also known as Tas. I have been here for almost 2.5 years here at SENS Research Foundation. I'm working at the MitoSENS team. Mainly we are looking studying cellular senescence. So when we age, our cells slowly stop dividing, and these cells are called senescent cells. There is a lot of senescent cell accumulation in old individuals. So here we are asking an important question, that why senescent cells are accumulating in our body. At least in model organisms, when we remove these senescent cells from the body, they increase lifespan and health span. Few years ago, I was very interested about aging and mechanism of aging, and I was watching different presentations and interviews, and I had a chance to watch the several interviews and presentations of Aubrey, who was the co-founder of SENS Research Foundation, and I was impressed by a lot of talks that he gave for different medias. And I was very much impressed about the classical approaches that SENS has to target aging and age-related diseases. And because of that, I was interested to join the SENS Research Foundation. I believe it is important to see aging as a big medical problem, because aging is one of the most common cause for multiple chronic diseases like cancer, cardiovascular disease, diabetic, and all the neurodegenerative diseases. I think the future directions of biomedical research should focus on aging as a common cause of multiple chronic diseases rather than targeting each and every disease individually. I would like to see people aged 65 or above categorized as old individuals to be actively engaged in their day-to-day activities so that we can get benefit from them, because those individuals are the most experienced individuals. Plus, I want to see people live longer and healthier and aging gracefully, meaning the aging could happen, but without all those age-associated diseases. I would like to thank all the donors who support us in different aspects so that our progress will be continuing. And I also would like to thank you, Forever Healthy Foundation, for the fellowship. My name is Tasfahun Adamasu.
Hi, my name is Amutha Bhuminathan, and I am the group lead for the mitochondrial biology at SENS Research Foundation. I joined SENS Research Foundation in 2013 at a point when I was looking to further my career. I had had years of postdoctoral experience working on mitochondrial biology, and I came across this interesting project, the MitoSENS project, which is a gene therapy approach to treat mtDNA mutations. So I volunteered for a few months at the organization, and then I was hooked on to the project, and I started as a scientist, and now I lead the project. The main goal of the MitoSENS project is to place backup copies of the 13 protein encoding genes of the mitochondrial DNA in the nucleus and achieve function, that is, retarget them to the organelle and make them functional. Mitochondria are at the hub of several important functions within the cells. They are the organelles that generate energy for you using nutrients that you ingest. They've also been implicated in several aging and aging-related diseases, such as Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, and sarcopenia. Most about working at SRF is the people that I work with. We are a diverse group of people with a lot of amalgamating interests, and also the freedom to pursue research in finding translational therapies, particularly towards aging-related diseases. I'm very interested in the translational aspects in finding therapies for aging and aging-related diseases. And the field has seen a lot of activity recently. I hope this impetus is sustained, and we will be able to make a lot of progress in the field. All of this work wouldn't be possible without the generous donations of several philanthropic agencies.
Hello again. Sorry, quick thing. I don't want to interrupt, but I forgot to say before that we're launching a marketplace, and we have a 15% discount for all the attendees today. Actually, we're going to keep that going for the whole day today and tomorrow. So until tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time, you can go and get any of our branded merchandise for 15% discount. All right, thank you. I hope you're having fun. I am.
Biology, and I came across this interesting.
Should I go look and see if Richard is still there? If he's come out of the VIP section or not? Gosh, this is the most like an actual Twitch person I've ever felt, even though I'm not a gamer. I feel like there are hundreds of people watching me play this game. It's the Curing Aging game with Maddie ALLin. Force field. There he is. Sweet. He's probably talking to some other famous rich people, trying to explain his vision for making the world a better place. What city are we in? Be nice to find another big group. Or maybe a hexagon. By the way, we're going to do this again tonight, I think. I think there's another one of these tonight. We could do it again.
The SENS Research Foundation is a multitude of identities. It's a research center. They pioneer age-related research. They're also an outreach organization, and so that enables members of industry, academia, and also regulatory interested people to network and integrate their ideas in order to constructively create a more seamless pathway to put therapeutics and age-related treatments into the market.
And the work that they do is very important in the context of the aging population, in order to make sure that the future generations' healthcare systems are sustainable and to allow elderly people to not only live lives that are longer, but ones that are of a higher quality.
And as people are living longer, the age-related diseases are becoming more and more problematic. You have things like cardiovascular disease and cancer being the leading killers in the developed world, and it's just going to continue to go in that direction unless we start putting research into it.
I think the research that we're doing here is very important because we're looking at aging and human health in a way that nobody has ever looked at human health before. The way that we're looking at diseases as a result of aging is a brand new paradigm that people aren't using, and I'm glad that we're doing the research that we're doing.
The SENS Research Foundation looks at a different way to support novel ideas, out-of-the-box ideas that can actually drive the field into the next set of therapeutics or the next set of approaches of diseases.
So what they do is they fund programs all around the world and the country, and all these labs doing research coordinated and attacking aging at its very core at the molecular level, which nobody has ever done before.
That's what SENS Research Foundation focuses on funding projects that are doing research in areas where you're finding the underlying mechanism of what is causing these diseases as your body ages.
SENS Research Foundation is committed to this vital goal of creating treatments for age-related diseases. They're doing vital work that is necessary.
And the SENS Research Foundation believes that we can do the research and we have the ability to get rid of these diseases and ultimately cure a lot of the age-related diseases. And it's a brand new way of looking at aging, and it's going to fundamentally alter how we view medicine, how we view aging, and really how we view ourselves as humans.
Cool. We're going to take a lap around the room, see what happens.
So good to talk to at that point in time. He gave us the best advice, and he's been well renowned really for, hi Matty, well renowned for actually trying new therapies and for like really trying to push forward the whole kind of oncology side. Not really kind of working in so advanced in in longevity, but really trying to push the boundaries, making cancer something you die with.
Incoming call.
Hi, we've got a couple of new people here. Hodgeville, you're in first. Do you want to say hi?
Hi, everybody. I just figured out how to join a group conversation instead of randomly call people. And, it seems to be working better here.
Yeah, that's awesome. What's your background, Hodgeville?
I'm a Mexican, and I donated because of Richard Hart. Found out about the SENS Foundation because of that. And now I'm here. I'm reading up about more about longevity research and reading the little kiosks, the little virtual reality kiosks. And it's all really good. You know, it's a lot of the stuff that we do, you know, diaphragm is longevity. I mean, is age related, right? Pretty much all of it. So any research, you know, that helps that is good. So
yeah, very nice to meet you.
You too.
And thank you for joining the conversation as well. And Matty, you joined as well.
Yeah, thanks everybody for being here. I am Matty ALLin. I am streaming this to YouTube, and we normally get a couple of thousand views or more. And I'm asking people at home to donate to the SENS Foundation. And we recently, last weekend, had the SENS Foundation come and speak at the HEX conference that I hosted online. We had over 10,000 views on that video. And the cool thing is the HEX community was able to donate $27 million this year to the SENS Foundation. And but what I'm asking is that people continue to think of the SENS Foundation again year after year. A lot of us, we invest in HEX, and it's a cryptocurrency where you time lock your money. And so a lot of us have money coming out every year for the next 15 years in our investment ladder. And so for me, I have money coming out every year on my birthday, and I would love to give some of that to the SENS Foundation, and maybe someday have birthdays that where I'm not aging a whole year every time. So
soon, hopefully.
Yes,
that sounds good.
Yeah.
Hi, Paul. You joined as well.
Hi, yes, I'm just eavesdropping here, seeing what's going on. I'm a small-time contributor to the SENS Foundation, but I am very interested in, and I thought you might be talking about MitoSENS over in this corner, and I might learn something more about that because I'm very interested in improving the immune system and the things that fix up the mitochondria, and like to learn more about it. So I'm just listening in.
Awesome.
That's awesome. Does someone want to open up the conversation about
Tim?
Can I ask a directed question to the Richard Fast HEX people? Since I have a couple of them here.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm interested to know, this is an awful lot of money that you guys raise, and we are real, and you know, someone who's out of that community and who's been following SENS for a very, very long time, like myself, is really, really appreciative of that level of donation. And I just want to ask, did you guys donate mainly, in your own opinion, did you donate mainly as a result of Aubrey de Grey's advocacy, or is it mainly because of the SRF Foundation's vision, or a combination of both? I'm just curious as to what made you do that.
How do you want to go first?
Well, in my case, it was a combination of both. And I had heard of the SENS Foundation. I actually live fairly close to it, so I know in Silicon Valley there are, you know, different kinds of research into longevity, and you know, I found that Richard Hart was raising money for it, and I decided to contribute as a Hexican. So
a lot was Aubrey and watching his streams. It was inspiring, and it made a lot of sense.
For me, so I think I was attracted to just this new model of fundraising that I think is worth bringing up here. So Richard, I guess, pioneered this new idea of launching a new coin and allowing people to sacrifice to donate to either an address that somebody controls that's not the SENS Foundation, or you could donate to the SENS Foundation and you would get 75% credit towards this new network that he's launching. And in cryptocurrency, it's really strange because there's something called an airdrop. So an airdrop is when you take the ownership of a new coin and you distribute it amongst a set of users. And then you hope that those users would, you know, hold on to those coins and not dump them all at once so that maybe they'll have value. And so with the Pulse chain, that's going to be a copy of Ethereum, and it's got some technical benefits and a lot of game theory built into it. But at the end of the day, there were people such as myself who wanted to invest in this new coin, and donating to the SENS Foundation is one way that Richard had set up for us to do it. And even though I was getting a little bit less than if I had bought in directly, by donating to the SENS Foundation, I felt like I was getting a win-win because I was getting 75% credit in the initial coin offering. And also I was, you know, being long-term minded. In the Hex community, we time lock for up to 15 years. And that not only like, you know, protects us from ourselves, because in crypto, if the price of something goes up a lot, then you're tempted to sell and then miss out on even more gains. So, you know, Bitcoin went from a penny to $100 and most people sold it. There aren't a lot of people who held Bitcoin from a penny all the way to $60,000 or $40,000. And so for Hex, it's designed with a little different game theory. And I think that there's overlap between the long-term mindedness of the Hex community and the SENS Foundation and wanting to increase health span and lifespan. And so I'm really excited about how there could be continuing donations going forward, whether you know, whether there's another event such as Pulse Chain where money can be donated and to get something in return, or if people are, you know, doing what I'm doing, and I'll be donating either way.
Oh, very, very interesting. Yeah. So there's a lot of different reasons why people donated, and so it's like I heard Aubrey and I heard SRF itself, and I heard, you know, just the participation of the Hex community, and so that's a lot of good reasons to participate. I just was curious because that's you know, that just seems like it's a really great engine to use as a donation vehicle.
So to go into that just a little bit more, I think it would be great if other projects, other crypto projects or other airdrops were to use the SENS Foundation as one of their methods for choosing a set of users to give coins to. So in the Pulse Chain situation, coins are given to people who sent to a certain address, or and also people who donated to the SENS Foundation. And so that's also beneficial for tax purposes, because the old model of airdrops is a taxable event. But with Pulse Chain, your tax situation, depending on where you live, could be even better because the tokens are airdropped at zero value, and because you might have a write-off when it comes to donating to the SENS Foundation. So there are some things there that are, I think, really forward-thinking.
Interesting.
And can we hear more from Tim and others who maybe you can introduce yourselves and tell us a little bit about why you're here?
Yeah, sure. Very, very happy to. So nice to meet everybody. I haven't said hi to you yet so far. So I've only really been looking into longevity probably for about a year or just a little bit longer. but it's very, very interesting. And I think really Aubrey was probably the first person, the kind of the first kind of figure in this area, scientific area that I really kind of came across and really did kind of hit home how important this is for us all really to kind of follow and to pay attention to, and actually how, you know, as Podpill says, you know, how all these things are related and intertwined and connected to all these different diseases that we die of, you know, are connected somehow. So yeah, so I actually work myself in the financial or the financial technology industry. We automate group investing in our companies with allocations, and I work with a number of different projects as well. Very interested in blockchain and stuff like that as well. We also do a lot of crypto deals and things like that these days, but also, you know, quite a few longevity deals and quite a few biotechnology deals coming through the pipeline. So a lot of this has kind of, you know, made me a lot more aware of what is out there, and you know, I just want to spend a bit more time really starting to understand this research. I studied quite a, you know, I have a maths and science background myself, so I do want to kind of dig in a little bit more into the
Incoming
kind of the
call.
scientific understandings if I can. Try and understand a little bit of it. That'd be great.
Awesome.
So let me go next then. Hi, I'm Alexandra. I'm actually the Vice President of Research from SENS. So I'm one of the happy users of all your donations. So thank you
Awesome.
for everyone that donated. We really kind of appreciate it a lot. And yeah, I'm looking after the SENS science. So if there are any questions that I can answer, let me know.
We did have one question.
Sure, go ahead.
I think it's Thomas, but he's left. He has. I think he was going to ask about, was it something to do with stem cells or?
But you don't know exactly what about the stem cells you wanted to ask.
No, exactly. It doesn't matter. But who else hasn't introduced themselves? So should we hear from Tom?
We could go flag them down.
Hi, Tom.
Hello, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Hi, Tom. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Oh, all right. So I just joined recently, and I actually not sure what to expect in here, so I'm just looking around and try to find out what is happening in here. And it looks like there is a conversation around Aubrey the Grey, so I was just thinking I might join, but it seems like he's already a bit out. But otherwise, well, about me, I'm just a programmer and technical director on a company in Europe, and I'm just following like what is happening in this area for, I don't know, about 20 years or something. So I'm just curious. Definitely, I am not someone who would know more than anybody around me.
That's amazing. Okay, 20 years. So was Aubrey like one of the first people that you started following in this area?
Oh yeah, definitely, because I don't believe there was anybody else at that time actually. So he was.
Aubrey started this whole thing.
Yeah, from what I remember, I would say so. But honestly, I didn't know if anybody else was really into it in that time, and I wouldn't know about him. He was definitely one the most vocal, who would reach even to the places where I live. And then nowadays, of course, Dr. Sinclair seems to be more in the spotlight than maybe some others, but it definitely is an interesting area for me.
Alexandra, could you tell us like a little bit of the? Can I ask you what is your what are you most excited about happening in the field of longevity, or what SENS research is doing in the next couple of years?
Wow. Okay. I would say there are two different questions. So what is most exciting in the field is that so much money is pouring in, and also particularly in the non-for-profit area, which I think for a while was not really the case. And now money is spilling over from the commercial sector to the non-commercial sector, which I think is very good, because for a long time, SENS was the only kind of organization that went towards funding very, very basic science, which is really necessary. So that's kind of exciting. What's exciting at SENS? We were, due to kind of the donations, able to kind of start some new projects and actually move in vivo, which for a long time SENS didn't do. Like everything was like in a petri dish, everything was just in cells. And now we started a program that moves kind of some of our ideas into animal models and lifespan models, which is kind of the real exciting thing, because now you actually see, is that working? Does it make a real impact on lifespan? So that's for me very exciting.
When might we hear like about some of your research around that?
Well, probably 2 years, because like a lifespan study, even if we start with mice that are already 18 months old, they still hold out for roughly 1.5 to 2 years. So on top of that, we need a little bit of like data analysis. So yeah, roughly 2 years. So sorry, you have to have like a bit of patience, but there will definitely be kind of other research coming out in the meantime. So always visit our website. We publish all our data online. All our publications you can find on the website. But also don't be shy. Drop us emails, ask questions. We don't mind.
Oh, cool.
Thank you very much,
Awesome.
Alexandra. Yeah, we're definitely excited with following, and I think we've all, that's absolutely right. We've all got to be patient, haven't we? We have to be patient.
I have a question for Alexandra.
Sure.
Is it always the case, you may not know the answer, but is it always the case that you take one area of field of interest, like say one of the 7 SENS areas of study, and you're doing your petri dish experiments, and then can you always translate that into animal models, or is sometimes it's just not possible?
No, usually we would always translate it into an animal model. However, it might be happening in a company. So what we usually do is we incubating an idea at SENS until we feel it's ready for the market or it's kind of very promising. So it might not happen at SENS itself, but at one of our spinouts. So there's one example where we had a drug, cyclodextrin, and this is now a company. And the company is now doing the in vivo work, because the in vivo work is pretty expensive. So if kind of the balance is right, we might be spinning it out, and then the company, the startup, is doing actually the in vivo work.
I completely understand, and all of that is absolutely wonderful and great. But my question was slightly different. My question was, is it always technically and physically possible to translate a petri dish experiment to an animal model experiment? Is it always possible to do that, or are there some areas where it can't be done?
The quick answer is it's always possible, because we designed the experiment so that it is possible to translate it. Because otherwise it would be a bit pointless, because the goal is always to end up in a human. So yes, it's always translatable.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Do you ever have any human volunteers for some of these experiments?
The quick answer is no, because usually we are very far off from clinical trials. So usually we don't have volunteers. Sometimes volunteers might come in just for like donating blood to us, where we do experiments on the blood cells. But we're not running clinical trials. So in that case, we don't really have volunteers.
Thank you.
Cool. No more questions. Everyone is silent now.
Very nice to meet you, Alexandra, and thank you very much for saying that we can email you. So I might do that if I have some questions later on. I'd love
Absolutely.
To do that.
Sure.
Thank you.
And Jason, can you introduce
I leave you guys
yourself?
in.
Yeah.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Yeah, I just want to say, all thank you for the opportunity to be here. The Pulse Sacrifice and the Richard Hart community brought me here. And I'm a little late to that game, so, but following along for many years and following health interests for many years. And it's just amazing how that community has sort of culminized and crystallized so many different efforts of my life, financial, and brought them together with more focus. And this is a wonderful, also being in a position to not have necessarily donated before in life, humble investor here. So that as well gave me an opportunity to focus on other things which are important, like longevity, health, other people in my life, trying to pass along ideas, knowledge that actually affect your life, affect change. So the donation allowed me to participate even closer to things that are more important. So hopefully it's more many to come. And thank you all for the effort.
That's really great
Thank
to
you
hear.
for all being here. I don't have a particular question. Just wanted to say hello. Thank you.
Well, it also stands out to me that, you know, people who donated to the SENS Foundation as a part of the Pulse Chain airdrop, you know, when we look at the numbers on my YouTube show on Tuesday nights, we've been streaming every week for almost a year now, in another week or two. But we do these multi-hour streams and we look at the numbers. And when we look at the numbers of other projects that have copied the Ethereum blockchain, I mean, the worst one did a 14x, 14 times the initial investment. And the highest one was Solana, which did a 1200x. And I'm sorry, FTM did a 2200x. And so, I mean, even if it's like a 10x or anything like that, I mean, it sounds pretty wild, but crypto is the fastest appreciating, you know, asset in the history of man. And how awesome would it be if all those people who donated $27 million to the SENS Foundation and got their Pulse Chain coins, and then those coins were worth 10 times as much or 100 times as much or more, then they could really give more and more and more to the SENS Foundation. They could really fund things that matter to them. And so I think this is a really special group of people who've come together who, you know, might not agree on everything, but being able to raise money for medical research, for longevity and everything, it's so exciting to me. The Pulse Chain is not launched yet. It's probably still got another 2 to 4 months, but I've been in some of the backroom discussions there to contribute game theory and tokenomics and to design, you know, to see the design coming into focus. And I can tell you that it's all these other chains that, you know, did a 2000x are not designed as well. It's just that people really wanted to invest in those and you know, piled money in after they were launched. So I'm really excited. It looks like 2022 is going to be the year that Pulse Chain comes out, and if that does well, then I see a lot more money hopefully coming to the SENS Foundation.
So it's a really nice little circle that you've painted there as well. But I guess if people didn't make the airdrop, they can still invest in Hex, can't they, to get access to the Pulse Chain? Isn't that correct?
Yes. So there's a really great video that came out on Discourse Syndicate with a young woman who in half an hour explains why she cares about investing in Hex, and then does an analysis that I think is awesome for a brand new person. And I'll probably post a link to it on my YouTube channel as well. People can find me at Matty ALLin, MATI ALLin. And that breaks down the investment opportunity for this third coin that Richard Hart is releasing. So first one was Hex. Hex is up. I mean, like, I'm up like 500x on it in 2 years, and that includes dollar cost averaging in for 9 months. It's up 25 or 50x from this time last year. And then also the second coin, Pulse Chain, which raised $27 million for SENS Foundation. And then the third coin is going through its launch right now, and that's called pulsex.com. And so some people, if they want to invest in Pulse Chain, can invest in PulseX and then swap those coins when they come out. But if you check out the link that I'll share on my YouTube channel under the community tab, then you'll be able to understand what the use case is for all those different coins.
PulseX is still also technically in its sacrifice phase.
Correct. And so
unlike the other ones.
So you can't donate to the SENS Foundation for that one, and you can't send from an exchange for that one, but you can learn more about it from the community and directly from Richard Hart's channels.
And as a latecomer to Hex, I can say that in the spirit of it being a time-locked, long-term investment, you're never too late to start investing in Hex. So don't be afraid. It's a great product.
I think so too.
Well, thank you for the update, and it would be nice to see if quite a few of these investors, obviously of what Richard Hart is doing, that does lead to more investment and longevity in the future. That'd be awesome.
He really does care, and he brings a lot of good people to the table, I think. So look forward to many good days ahead. The future is bright.
Yeah, Richard is here. I haven't gotten a chance to talk to him. He was in the VIP area a little bit earlier, and so he's here mingling and hopefully also bringing more people into Hex and getting more Hex people into SENS. So
very good.
Sounds good. Hi guys. Well, really nice talking to you all.
Likewise.
I'm gonna have a little wander and explore. I think we've got like 15 minutes left. So.
Okay. Nice to meet all of you.
Yeah. Shall we disperse?
Yeah. Take care.
Thanks, Maddie. Thanks, Hopper.
Thank you.
Maybe I will wander around a bit. It's great to talk to you guys.
Yeah,
Maybe
likewise.
go bump into things, maybe, right?
Tonight as well.
Take care.
I'm going to go bobble around now.
Awesome. So I'm just posting this video from a new streamer here who streamed on Discord Syndicate and just had an outstanding 30-minute video that you could send to a new onboard, and they could learn all about X and PulseX just as a brand new investor. Awesome. So let's see who else we have here. Is this a group? Maybe people from the last group are going to join that group.
Expression of
Before I moved to California, I spent
Oh, looks like Michael's busy, but he did speak for an hour on the Hex conference, so shout out to him. Okay, I'm gonna go peek in the VIP and see if Richard is here still. You can see who else is in the VIP. Oh, there I see Richard. See his name. Wonder if we can know who these other people are. Oh, force field. Okay, we got Maria. It looks like there's two Marias in there. Maybe her computer crashed or something. I'm not going to bother these people, but hey, check it out. You're on YouTube. Yay. I bet Richard is doing a great job in there.
My name is Caitlin Lewis, and I'm
Oh, this looks cool.
One of our strongest defenses against cancer is hardwired into the very DNA of every cell. It exists as a kind of fuse built onto the ends of our chromosomes, called a telomere. Every time a cell divides, the telomere gets shorter. Once it runs out, the chromosome malfunctions and sets off responses that kill its cell. When precancerous cells divide, the telomere fuses normally run out before full-blown cancer develops. It's a built-in safety feature. Stem cells produce a special protein called telomerase that lengthens their telomeres before they get too short, so they can continue to produce the cells we need. Telomerase is not normally produced in other cells, but occasionally precancerous cells undergo mutations that allow them to make it. This gives those cells the chance to become cancer cells, dividing and dividing until they kill us. But what if we interfere with telomerase in precancerous cells somehow, removing the gene that it's made from, or using drugs that destroy it or inactivate it? Then those cells would die normally, stopping cancer before it starts.
Maria does music? That's cool.
Sheathed in smooth muscle, our arteries expand and contract to accommodate the force of every beat of our hearts. Long strands of protein run parallel to one another, arranged in fibers and linked together in a regular lattice. To accommodate the pulse, this lattice can stretch elastically, allowing it to absorb force. Blood carries molecules such as blood sugar as fuel to nourish our cells. Sometimes the ring-shaped structures of blood sugar molecules break open, revealing two very sticky ends. Usually they close again with no harm done, but once in a while they stay open long enough to stick to something. Some of them bind to the artery lattice, and occasionally they do so twice, cross-linking two parallel proteins in a disorganized way. That reduces the lattice's overall elasticity, forcing the heart muscle to work harder, raising blood pressure. This contributes to heart disease and kidney damage, and increases the chances of suffering a stroke. But what if there were a molecule that could break these unwanted crosslinks? Then only the original regular lattice would remain, restoring flexibility to the blood vessels.
We would like that.
Mitochondria are the fuel refineries of our cells, using food and oxygen to create energy that powers almost every cellular function. Here, mitochondria are localized near contractile units within the muscle fibers, supplying the energy for muscular work. Within the mitochondria, a complex dance of molecules harvests the chemical energy from sugars, fats, and other nutrients. While generating power, mitochondria accidentally produce toxic molecules known as reactive oxygen species. Occasionally, these toxins react with the mitochondria's own DNA, damaging genes critical to the mitochondria's functioning. This causes the mitochondrion to cease to function normally, impairing cell function and becoming toxic to the cell it's meant to fuel. The dysfunction of those cells then contributes to the diseases and disabilities that plague those specific tissues with age. Mitochondrial mutations are especially important in the neurological disorder Parkinson's disease and the age-related loss of muscle strength and quality that even active people suffer. But what if there was a backup?
Hello, hello. We're 5 minutes from the end of the event. Unfortunately, it just went so fast for me. I don't know if it happened for you too. Thank you so much for coming and enjoy the last 5 minutes. We have another event at 6 p.m. Pacific time, but I know it will work for some of you and it won't work for some others. But thank you for being here, and we hope that you had a great time. See you around.
Mitochondrial proteins are actually already delivered this way from genes that are naturally housed in the nucleus. The cell will simply use the same machinery to deliver the few missing proteins that the backup genes encode. With all the missing proteins now replaced by backup versions, mutant mitochondria would still function normally and would no longer be toxic to their host cells. These cells could then return to health and normal function.
Richard DM'd back. Good shit. Yeah.
Our immune system has its own form of higher education. Immature cells go through a rigorous development and selection process in a specialized organ called the thymus. Once these cells leave the thymus, they are called T cells. They have a unique ability to recognize and fight cells infected by viruses and cancer, while leaving normal cells alone. As we age, the thymus slowly shrinks and shuts down. It becomes less and less able to accommodate cellular students, and the graduating class shrinks, leaving the body unprepared for battle against viruses and cancer. But what if there were a way to restore or replace a depleted thymus? Donated organs could be processed, leaving a biological scaffold that would be seeded by cells derived from a recipient's own bone marrow stem cells. These cells would multiply and receive cues from the structure of the scaffold that would guide them to form a new rejection-proof organ. The new thymus would be ready to train a new cohort of the recipient's own immature cells, returning the immune system to its former strength.
Nice. We're going to beat the clock here with this next one.
We need cholesterol. All cells require it to function, and it's delivered to our cells via specialized particles in our blood. But sometimes these particles become trapped in the lining of our blood vessels. White blood cells, called macrophages, clear their stuck particles by absorbing them and processing them in compartments called lysosomes. Here, the particles are broken down into their constituent parts for reclamation or disposal. Once the enzymes have done their work, the reclaimed cholesterol is returned to the blood. The problem is, some cholesterol becomes oxidized during its travels. Oxidized cholesterol is poorly processed by the macrophages and eventually overwhelms them, preventing them from even processing the normal cholesterol they absorb. These sick, bloated cells are called foam cells, and they attract other macrophages, but the newcomers suffer the same fate. As foam cells accumulate, they form arterial plaques, which become inflamed and burst, spewing out blood clots that trigger heart attacks and strokes. But what if we gave the macrophages a new enzyme so that they could process oxidized cholesterol too? Then they would process stuck particles without getting poisoned and bloated and return to healthy function. This would progressively cleanse artery supply that had already formed.
Our immune system reacts slowly to new infections, and much more quickly to infections it has seen before. Its memory resides in white blood cells called memory T cells, held for years in a dormant state. When another immune cell alerts them that it has encountered a cell infected with a virus or that has become cancerous, the memory T cell activates to form cytotoxic T cells, which then hunt for the diseased cells. Once the cytotoxic T cells have fought back against their targets, the majority of them die, with a few returning to a dormant state to maintain the memory of the threat. Sometimes an activated cytotoxic T cell doesn't die when it should. Instead, it becomes dormant. It grows new surface molecules and loses its activation proteins, making it unresponsive to signals from its target pathogen. As these dysfunctional cells accumulate, they increasingly take up space in the immune system, so that populations of healthy normal T cells cannot develop and expand to take on new threats. But what if we used a vaccine to destroy the unresponsive cells, leaving the healthy cells intact? In one sweep, we could restore the immune system's ability to fight viruses and cancer.
Yeah. Looks like Richard may have left. Well, that was fun. This is really cool. I might have to get on here tonight and do this again because there will be a new group of people, and that'd be really cool to just network with people and be great. Yes, Finbear. There we go. Okay, changed my mind. Even though the room itself is a bit of a letdown, the content in here is fire. Yeah. Awesome.
Incoming call.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going there, John Luck?
How's it going? Hexkin here as well.
Awesome. Welcome to the stream. We're live on YouTube.
Oh, wow. I'm on TV.
So how's it going? Can you tell us a little
how you
bit
doing?
about what brings you here today?
Yeah, I invest in different crypto projects, and Hex is one of them. Yeah, Richard brought me to like donate to SENS, and I'm really grateful for him to do that. Yeah, helping others. It's yeah, very cool. So it's hard to see in these days, like especially in crypto.
Yeah. Yeah, totally. And have you been in crypto and in Hex for a while now, or is it something more new to you? Oh, wrecked. Rug pulled. All right. Well, You might have to come back tonight and mingle a little bit more. Thanks everybody for tuning in. You rock. You can go to the SENS Foundation website and you can learn more. If you donated via Pulse Chain and you know what email you used, you can still maybe register for tonight's event, so you'll be allowed in. SENS.com/donate, and then you can also get a ticket to the in-person Hex conference at hexticket.com as long as they last. I have not talked to all the speakers to ask them to buy tickets themselves, but that could sell the thing out very quickly. So if you haven't gotten a ticket yet to the in-person Hex conference in Vegas, you're running out of time. It looks like there's 100 tickets left, but if we have 100 speakers or we have 50 speakers, then it's really not that much. So go ahead and check it out. If you can. I regret like not charging more for the tickets, but I figure if you're a speaker, you're probably a millionaire in Hex or doing really well. And then why should we charge everybody else for your, for your basically food and room rentals, like what it all is. So I think $369 like isn't too bad. But at the end of the day, when we can get, a 10,000x return or a 10x return or anything in PulseX or Hex or Pulse Chain, then that's why I wanted to keep the expenses super low for the in-person Hex conference. But I really want everybody to be able to benefit and nobody to profit off of each other during this time when we could move much higher in our valuations, and that extra $100 that you saved off the ticket price, if you invested that could be worth $100,000 or $1 million someday. So I wanted to do the difficult, unpopular thing and make the tickets less expensive, but ask the speakers to buy their own and to volunteer to help with the event. So awesome. That's it for me, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. I will run my outro and then we'll see you next time, either later today or on Tuesday for Quant Gang. Tuesday's Quant Gang should be pretty interesting. Things could get spicy. You could learn a lot. So thanks everybody for tuning in. Stake and sack wisely, my friends, and peace out.
It's from Maddie ALLin of Hex Therapy Live. I like Maddie. Maddie tries to make the world a healthier place. He's a mental health professional. He's done research. There's nothing that a human being could do better than try and heal his fellow man.